The best memories are always made in transit.
You don't have to be perfect by the end of college.
Doing something that you love every day.
Just to find things to do that you enjoy.
Choose a few things that you really care about and pour yourself into those.
Hi everyone. So today's video I'm really excited about. I feel like right now is a really great time to reflect. Personally, I love reflecting a lot, but today I think is an especially good day. I've been looking back at the past 4 years that I've spent in college, as have a lot of other people all around the world, and yeah, I thought it would be a great time to ask some people what's a lesson that you've learned in the past 4 years that you think is important and that you think other people should hear. So yeah, it was really fun getting all of these responses from my friends and hearing what they had to say. It was really awesome. Without further ado,
if I were to give myself one piece of advice looking back, I would say that you have to do what is best for you. And if that maybe gets in the way of other people, sometimes that is okay. Because if you aren't in a good place, then you can't help other people. And if something is wrong, you should use your voice and speak out about it. People can't read your mind, and it's okay to talk about things when they're bothering you. Everyone deserves to take care of themselves and be happy and feel good, and then eventually you'll be able to, of course, give all of that back if that's what you want to do. But if you also just want to live a happy, fulfilling life for yourself, that is perfectly fine.
So something that I learned during college is that people find success at very different rates, and your growth curve might be longer than the 4-year period that college provides. You probably aren't going to be the version of yourself graduating that your high school self thought you would be. You have 75% of your life left to keep making improvements, so you don't have to be perfect by the end of college like you thought you might be. So it's just important to remember that everyone finds success at different rates, and you just have to be patient with yourself and keep working, planning, and maybe make readjustments. And then hopefully some point in life you'll find the success that you want and reach the goals that you made.
Don't stress too much. That's the dumbest thing to say, because it's like, oh, everything will be okay. But I think I spent way too much of college worrying about doing so well in class and like literally locking down myself in Gelman for a ridiculous amount of hours that I missed out on a lot of parties, a lot of random birthday dinners, and that's kind of what I miss most. People change a lot. Your first impression of someone might not be the accurate one at all. I think for some people it was really easy to jump to conclusions or listen to what other people were saying about them, but when I made my own judgment calls and got to know people for who they are, I really made some of my best friends in college. So those are the two main messages I have.
I think in the past 4 years, I've learned a lot and I've changed a lot. And I think that one of the main things that I've learned about is the concept of mindfulness and just like living in the present. So basically just this concept that your life is made up of millions of small moments and millions of right here, right nows. You're never anywhere else but right here, right now, right? As weird as it sounds, the future isn't real because you're always in the present. So what I think I've learned from that is that if you're not doing something in the present that's making you happy, that's fulfilling for you, you're doing something wrong. If you're suffering in the present because you think it'll make your future better, you're doing something wrong because your life is lived in the present. So you have to enjoy what you're doing right now. Yeah, so that's my big piece of advice.
I think the biggest lesson that I've learned in college is not to overexert yourself and not to overcommit yourself. It's really easy to feel like you need to constantly be doing things and constantly be busy and be doing all the same things as everyone else around you seems to be doing, but it is more than okay to scale back and to find things to do that you enjoy and that you're not just doing because you feel like you need to.
my biggest piece of advice or my biggest lesson that I learned in college is that it's really important to walk everywhere. And I know that sounds crazy. Obviously, I'm a big fan of public transportation. Roslyn girl takes the metro every single day, but I truly do believe that walking everywhere helps you to really, one, it's practical because you really get to know the place that you're in, the city that is going to be your home for however many years. And two, it's cheesy, but like the journey is always so much more important than the destination. It's always so much more fun than the destination, and just walking is where you find the best things. You find those little coffee shops, you find those little bookshops that you love, and I think that the best memories are always made in transit, and it's just like the walking everywhere, you get to see your environment so slowly and so fully, and it really makes a city that you never knew before your home. So yeah, walk everywhere. That's it.
One thing I've learned in my last 4 years of college is that during the first week of classes, make a friend in every one of your classes. That way you have someone to text when you have questions about homework or to get notes from when you miss class. Plus, when it comes time for midterms and finals, you have a built-in study buddy.
Hey everyone, hi Robin. So one of the biggest life lessons I learned in college is that, you feel like there's so many things that you could be doing, whether it's like a club or an internship or a job or anything like that, and you feel like you should be doing it all. And something that I've learned is that it's so much better to pick, a few things that you're just really passionate about and care about, and really invest your time and energy into those, as opposed to doing like 10 different things but just on a surface level, because you don't have time to put that energy into it. So that would be my advice. Choose a few things that you really, really care about, and pour yourself into those as opposed to spreading yourself too thin.
Something that I learned over the past 4 years of college, and honestly I'm still learning day by day, is just that literally nothing else matters besides doing something that you love every day and spending time with people you love every day. Because what is the point of it all if you're not having a good time with people who make you smile?